Now, I know no one suspected I would make a sequel to this horrific phenomenon, yet here I am today to bring more awareness to occupational dermatitis. Now, I want to preface this by saying that this did not happen to me, it happened to a friend of mine. And out of the blue, I got some pictures of these glorious hands right here. And she asked me, knowing that I am an expert on occupational dermatitis. So like, Cinley, does this look like what you had when you had occupational dermatitis? And I took a one look at those bad boys, and if you look over here, you can see the redness. You can see that little glistening of the skin that doesn't look quite too normal. And then if you look at this one, see that puffiness? See that inflammation? Yeah, I'm sorry to say it, my friend, but you have occupational dermatitis. Now, what makes it occupational? Well, of course, you get it from work. It wasn't a sanitizer. It was the good old Windex. Now, it made me think, I talked about occupational dermatitis, but I didn't talk about the ways that you could prevent it. See, there's a lot of chemicals that we use in our day-to-day life that can bring on contact dermatitis. It's no secret. Anything harsh or basic that fucks up with your acidic-y skin, and especially the hands. We need our hands in everything. They go out and make a living for us. But at the end of the day, what are you supposed to do? I'm working with these chemicals, especially if you're using Windex or bleach. Yeah, you can wash your hands. If you're constantly using them, you might have to put in some regime of moisturizer. Because it's painful. Occupational dermatitis sucks. Because then you have to go and work the next day. Your hands already feel like shit. And it's all like, oh, I gotta clean these windows again. Ah, hurts. I told her, you can try getting a few days off work and just try not to use the Windex that much, or again, wearing gloves or washing your hands in between is very good. Because it then got me thinking, why am I dunking my hand in sanitizer to clean dishes? Oh no, just strange, because it made me think of my first job. And I never had contact dermatitis. Now, I'm not sure if me being like 16 years old, my skin was all like, this is fine, this is fine, we get sunburn all the time, this is fun. Compared to that of me being in my 20s and I touch sanitizer and now my skin's falling off my hand. What's the moral of the story? Take care of your hands. Even if you're working with some hard chemicals, just take a second. Just wash those bad boys in the local bathroom sink and make sure you dry them. Because sometimes soap can also give you maybe an allergic reaction. And put on that moisturizer. Some people laugh off moisturizer, but after this scary situation that happened to a close friend of mine, just open up the tube, smear it on your hand. I'll give a demonstration. I have this natural, it's not natural, I have this moisturizer, and I'll show you how to do it. You open the cap, squirt a keeping helping into your hand. See, I think that's an appropriate amount for your hands. And then you just rub your hands together. Make sure you get the back. The back needs some loving too. And just smear it around. And then this is my favorite part. You interlock your fingers just so the moisture gets really in there. You can't miss out on moisture. Moisture is very important. And then you just lock it in. And then after a bit, when it feels like you have enough, and make sure you get your arm, and then you might as well just do the whole arm. It's also good for your tattoos. Just make sure they're unscented. This has a little bit of fragrance to it, so if you're allergic to fragrance, don't do it. And yeah, you just get up all in there. And then hopefully you don't touch anything for the next 5 hours. Yeah, don't touch your cat's lip with like this. You're getting self-care. You don't want to get any of this moisture on your cat. It's not healthy for them. Now let me do a substitute for, those of us with more sensitive hands. Alright, so for my sensitive individuals with sensitive hands, this is the premiere of the Gluxal base. What's good about it is, it's non-greasy, it's hypoallergenic, so if you have allergies, should be a safe bet. I still have a lot from my time of suffering with occupational dermatitis, and it is a really good cream. I'm not sure if it was expensive. I just know that when I had occupational dermatitis, I needed instant relief, and this is what did it. So we're gonna do the same process as before. Just get a good helping. You can never have too much of moisturizer. Bound to go somewhere, and then you just put it on your hands like you would with any other moisturizer. Just make sure you get really in there. Oh, and then you like do my favorite part. So you'll just interlock your fingers, and then it may look like a lot, but a lot goes a long way, as they say. And then make sure you get the wrists, and you just make sure you get really in there. You never have too much moisture. Moisture's good, and your hands will be really soft. So you just gotta work it in, and then eventually it'll start calming down, and you might as well just do your whole arm. If anything, this is better for your tattoo. So as you can see, I have one, and you just gotta make sure it like really gets in there. And then yeah, and then after a few minutes, the moisture will settle into your pores, into those crevices, and you should be left with hands that look phenomenal. Like look at this. Oh, I couldn't ask for better hands myself. So yeah, hopefully that helps with acknowledging occupational dermatitis and two ways that you can treat it. Now it's hard to prevent, but hopefully you survive through this pinnacle moment of your life. That's all I want to say.